Hello again, entrepreneurs and business networkers, and all of my friends in commerce, even if we have not met yet. I am Mike Hayes, and this is What Would AI Say? Now, this is my daily debrief where I share my unedited thoughts about living with artificial intelligence, AI, and the new law of intelligence. And this is multifaceted. It's quite interesting. So, as someone with both a formal side, and of course, like everyone, I have an informal side, friends, family. And what I want to do is I want to use this to connect, let my hair down, personal level, and provide valuable insights from my 30 years of experience, but do it casually and maybe have a little more time to talk and talk about things that maybe aren't specific but maybe are interesting to me or irritating. And like anyone else, I have my own strengths and weaknesses, as everyone does. Well, my background at NBC TV and radio in New York gave me some really unique insights by working with the best broadcasters in the world, in my opinion. And so I try to deliver professional and buttoned-down content as much as I can, but also don't want to have to be perfect. I want to, let my hair down and just share my flaws and, really what life is like. But also to be able to share things that are important, not just about me. I really will try and keep it on something that will serve you in what you are doing in, your business networking, whatever. For example, right now I'm using an app that I absolutely love, and it's called Loom, LOOM.com. There's a free version. And what I'm doing right now is I'm also taking the recording that I did on Loom, I fed that into AI, and that's why this is what AI would say as a summary. So there's going to be multiple parts of this, and I think you can do the same thing, and I'm trying to make it as simple as I possibly can for anyone of any age. I have a family, I have kids who are younger than me, and so I can relate to people of multiple ages. So, for example, Alex Hitt. He's a friend of mine. Alex about my kid's age, but I really enjoy working with him and creating content and things that we've talked about, things he's learned from me, things I've learned from him, and breaking down the technologies and the algorithms and, what you get benefits for doing and things that maybe just kind of are a waste of time. So, for example, right now I'm simulcasting. So I'm recording this on Loom, and I will upload this as a YouTube vertical video. But then I can also download it from Loom into another app called Camtasia, and some of you may know it or not. I can add a slide and make it a horizontal one and get, another upload onto YouTube, because that's part of how you get rewarded is multiple, places where people can find you and listen to you. And so basically, to me, it's kind of like sitting around a bar and talking about business, maybe having a beer or something. And when cross-group networking comes up, I look at what I've learned from it, and I think of asynchronous networking, like using Loom. This is a perfect example of asynchronous networking, or what I call cross-time networking. So we don't all have to be gathered at the same time. We had a meeting today, or a meetup today, on an app called Blitzer, which is automated speed networking. So this was synchronized, where we all came together and met on on Blitzer at a certain time. So that was fun, and I recorded it so that I could share it with people who want to listen in their own time. Okay, so this is the flexibility that I really like about Loom. Very efficient way. So I'll be coaching and teaching asynchronous meetings for AI business networking. And because what I really want to do is help people break out of the mold of traditional business networking. And the reason I call this Mike Hayes UnEdited, because I learned world-class editing at NBC in New York, and it is time-consuming. It just takes so much time to clean it up and edit things that I'm just gonna use this time, with outtakes and no editing, and just let it go, because I know I can share really valuable things. 30 years of experience, I've learned a lot. That's what I want to talk about. Like that, just talk about having an unedited version of the information. Now, when I worked at NBC, for example, I worked with cameras in the studio that cost $250,000. When I was in the TV infomercial industry, we would work with infomercials that could cost $250,000. But things have changed. Now we can produce videos with our phones for free. Well, when things change that dramatically, then why not have content be able to change that dramatically and have it still be acceptable? Because that frees us up. It frees our time. And still be able to communicate and share things. So this is for people who want to listen, take a walk, and I really, really encourage that for your mental and physical health. I'm going to upload these and pop, your earbuds in and go out for a walk and just stroll down the street. I did that last night. I was listening to a podcast about gratitude, and I'm walking down the street, and I see this little restaurant, and I thought, this is interesting. I want to pop in and just see the menu. So I just darted in the door for a second, grabbed the menu, the manager handed it to me, and then I get a tap on the shoulder, and it's one of my son's friends. And, we always have a good laugh whenever we see each other. It was just so much fun to just be out listening to a podcast, out walking, get a little air, get a little exercise, run into one person, and then from there, after we chatted and had fun, then I went over to Capital One Cafe in Walnut Creek, which is a venue where I put on a big, very successful networking event. It was 2 floors. We had about 200 people, 200 networkers. We had food, wine. It was a blast. It was so much fun. And I ran into another young guy that I'd met and had, befriended, and that was delightful. So it's just so much fun to not be sitting on a Zoom or just sitting at home by yourself, getting out, getting some air, networking with people. So this is what it's all about for just unedited, and I'm encouraging you. I'm not talking about myself. I'm encouraging you to go do things, and I'm trying to give you the tools to learn something, share something like about Loom while you're out walking. And so I want to point out why I'm doing these things. They're not just for fun. They are designed to help both of us get free. So if I'm building a relationship with you while I'm free to do other things, because I can record on Loom anywhere, my car, out for a walk, sitting in my living room, wherever I want, whenever I want. And I understand the formal side of it. That's why my group won 2 Peabody Awards when we were at NBC in a very formal broadcast way. So I understand that. And I've had shows on like KGO Radio, the 50,000 watt clear channel station in San Francisco. I understand formal and I understand informal and unedited. So like doing a live radio show, why not do a podcast that you can put out on Zoom? Why worry about editing? And the other cool thing is I've got friends who I have produced testimonials for, audio, video testimonials for, about themselves and their events or their offers in business networking, like my friend Ron Horry. So I'm going to share Ron's commercial, which is really a testimonial for Ron, at the end of this so you can hear what it's like. And these are simple little commercials, like from the TV infomercial industry, the direct response industry. That's kind of what this is all going to be about. I'm going to develop it, and I'm going to do it live, and I'm going to do it unedited. So, because I've got a very informal side, and I hope a funny side. I did do stand-up comedy in New York, and what I really want to do is to use that kind of, ability to ad-lib, have fun, and at the same time showcase the good and the bad side of business networking, because we're all on a journey towards self-improvement and self-help, and we got to be able to put both sides out, and really that's how I think we really can get to know each other better. So that's what this side of my broadcast day I really want it to be about, is to kind of share things that I think you'll be able to use, like by posting text and my random thoughts, sharing what I do, why I do it, and the projects that I'm currently working on. Then you can find these updates on whatwouldai.com under a segment called What Would AI Say Daily. So I have a formal side, and again, that would be on What Would AI Say. You can go there and see testimonials about me from professional friends that I've worked with and clients, and really get to know me better. But then what this side is the flip side of the coin, and that is What Would AI Say Daily. So like I said, I hosted a Blitzer speed networking event on Blitzer, Blitzr, and I probably will do that about once a month, and I want to teach you how to leverage multimedia testimonials effectively, AI testimonials like the one, like I said, for my friend from FinFit Life. I've known Ron Horry for years and years, and what I want to be able to do is teach people how, especially in AI, that testimonials, where an AI that's coming, you're not going to be able to know easily who's real and who's not. So that's why testimonials from people who know you are going to become very, very important. The other thing they do, because we promote publicity and networking, that overcomes compliance limitations that are put on Ron, because he's in insurance industry, which is a regulated industry. So he can't, just do a commercial for himself all the time, or, how he can help people, but there's certain limitations. So I asked him to check out the testimonial that I created for him with his boss, and his boss not only loved it, he said, "This is great because it promotes you, it promotes FinFit Life." So they were thrilled with it. So this is what I'm talking about, is, while you're out there where it's like we're just having a phone conversation and kind of, talking shop in a very informal way. And the unedited format allows me to share my thoughts freely without spending hours thinking about editing, because I'm just going to leave all the outtakes and everything else in, the pauses. That's life. That's what happens, and as when silence happens, sometimes they say an angel's passing. So, it aligns with my mission to teach the law of intelligence. And the law of intelligence is so amazing. I've been using it for a long, long time, and it's about intelligence gathering. Well, now in the era of AI, it really is a double win, because the law of intelligence, for me, because I've studied under some of the great teachers of the law of attraction. Well, now this really makes super strength, brings that to the law of attraction to really amplify what you are communicating out to the universe, what you're thinking about. So that's what I really love about it. Supercharging the law of attraction, but also gathering intelligence through feedback about testimonials to fine tune it through. That's one of the big networking strategies. And I'll talk more about that over time. So I'm excited to share with you. Welcome to the first edition of the Let My Hair Down, What Would AI Say Daily. So I welcome and am grateful for some of you who joined me on Blitzer. Then Friday we have another event at noon. And if you go to aibusinessnetworking.com or even ainetworking.eventbrite.com, either one of those, that will take you right to Eventbrite. You can register on Eventbrite for our weekly Friday free events. And these are designed to be training for asynchronous events. So you don't always have to come late. Like right there, I'm recording and an inbound call came, probably a spam call. So I wanted to just invite you to join us on Friday and learn more about asynchronous networking. One thing I will say, if you come on Friday, please learn a little bit more about artificial intelligence, because it's all over the map. I have no way of knowing how much you know about AI and how much you don't. You could be somebody who's a student of it like me, or somebody who's a rookie, or somebody likes it or doesn't like it. Plus, I don't know what you want to accomplish. So if you go to What Would AI Say, you're going to be able to take a free survey to help me learn how much you know, how interested you are in AI. So I can give you a diagnostic research report that is amazing and in depth. And it relies on what I programmed into my AI platform from the millionaire makers that I've met at the ERA conference over about 15 years of working in that industry, the direct response industry. So then I can give you a diagnostic research report on it, one-to-one for free. We can chat about your goals, your visions, because I'll know more from the survey. So when you fill that in, you'll learn more about AI, you'll learn more about me, I'll learn more about you, then we can chat one-to-one. And it's no cost at all for the survey, for the one-to-one with me. It's no cost obligation, just a chance, no obligation, just a chance to get to know each other so we can explore asynchronous networking opportunities to expand all of your networking activities, grow all groups, and help you to save time and achieve financial freedom and fulfillment. So thank you for joining me on this unedited journey. I'm Mike Hayes, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye. And one more thing that I forgot to tell you. And I said no editing. Well, this is not editing. I did another recording on Loom, which I can stitch together into one video with just a click of a button. So again, no editing. But every one of my uploads into YouTube is going to have below it an advertorial or a testimonial or a story or a posting or something. So please, because that's what AI is all about, is really the alchemy of creating text information, printed contact information and information that for people who love to read. So please, always, anytime you hear a podcast from me and you want to know more, just look below, because you can put 5,000 words on YouTube. Again, another tip. So if you decide to kind of use this very casual approach to posting on YouTube, where you can do it anytime, any place, which I'm going to work on, and because I want to do it in my own life, my own freedom, okay? And then you can post 5,000 words underneath an AI video or any kind of video on YouTube, really. And so But that's for people who love to read, or you can share more information. So anyway, don't mean to go on, but check that out. Look underneath there, and I'll put the link to our event postings on Eventbrite. And I want to share with you my interview that I did with the CEO of Meetup. I think Meetup is really ready to explode back onto the scene in a very big way now that we're post-pandemic. So always check out the printed material. Multimedia has its strengths, and that's something that I want to help you to accomplish as well. Thank you.